And then you make a big stop against Baylor. Baylor! Oh!
Oh shit, they actually did it! They actually fucking did it! So if I'm a Conference fan, that franchise guys be so fucking happy about that. Oh my god, shit! They actually did it, bro. I'm be so happy, bro. It was a night.
I called it.
No, we all called it. Did we?
No, hold on, Warren. I know I'm supposed to fucking hate it. I don't fucking hate it. I'm just gonna keep it real. I did it. Okay?
Oh God. What?
Oh my god, bro. What the fuck?
Detroit on the clock.
Get the... Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes, sir. Detroit is on the clock. Wow. And their pick is in. Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
So Chris, Dallas in a last-minute exchange decided to trade their pick off to the Detroit
What the
Lions.
fuck are you doing, Jerry? And could not leave the defense! You got me jumping! It'd be called cream pie smash.
Oh God, dude. I knew it.
So, West Virginia played about as good as my fucking hairline is right. And you probably see my hairline, Bailey. It is bad. Okay?
God!
For the love of football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the greatest show on YouTube Shorts. I am your host, TJ Riddell, live on the Pigskin Mafia podcast. We got a loaded lineup for you guys tonight. I'm not going to recap last week. It was a fucking travesty for me. A lot of teams disappointed me this past weekend, both NFL and college football. It is too embarrassing to talk about. As a matter of fact, it was probably one of the worst, if not the worst, weekends I have ever done with pick'ems. I swear to God, like, I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life making predictions and seeing teams that should have won their fucking games, Texas, losing to teams like Florida, get fucking absolutely embarrassed out there. Florida State, I picked them to beat Miami. They shit the bed early, and due to questionable play calling, I don't know how to describe it. It is probably one of the worst coach games I've ever seen Mike Norvell coach. It felt like the moment was too big for Mr. Norvell or Coach Norvell. With all due respect to him, he coached like shit and did not help out his quarterback at all. His defense was struggling against Miami's Carson Beck, who I was wrong about. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he would mold well with Miami. He is sewn in like a woven glove. You know, like he's doing a great job over there at Miami. Keep up the good work, Carson. You know, as I'm making my late picks here, I'm doing this shit last minute because I've been super busy traveling and also work. My personal job, anyway. You know, this week is a little bit harder for me to be optimistic about Texas because of the way they fucking played against Florida. And I understand. Florida has a good squad. I just don't trust Billy Napier. And he puts DJ Lagway in bad situations. But what the fuck was that, Texas? What in the fuck was that, Sark? That had to have been the worst coached games I've seen since the fucking Arkansas game. since the Oklahoma State game a couple years back when Quinn was playing. You know, and it was just pitiful. It really was. And to go back on the Florida State game, if you're down 28-19, coaches, if you're out there, please explain this one. You're down by 9. You have less than 30 seconds to go. You're at the 20. You just had a big gain. You're down by 20. Why in the fuck are you going to kick a field goal? Like, seriously. Why in the fuck are you going to kick a field goal? Like, this is why I say Mike Norvell had probably one of the worst coach games in his entire career. I got to say, I am deeply embarrassed to talk about my picks last week for both college and NFL. It was absolutely pitiful, to say the least. I never want that to happen again. I really hated last week so much that I'm not even going to really talk about the games itself. I'm just going to talk about situational awareness. And there's a couple teams that wasn't on tap that lost. Oh yeah, Iowa State disappointed me too. They got fucking sandblasted by Cincinnati, who's on a roll right now. Mississippi State, they look like shit against A&M, or A&M's just playing really good football. Either way, I don't know what to think about last week. I am so fucking embarrassed with the way things have gone for me with my predictions. I went fucking 3-7. 3-7 in my college predictions. That is my bread and butter. It is. And for all these fucking teams like Texas, who was ranked number 1 in the fucking AP poll, to shit the bed against Florida. This is what happens when you schedule Ohio State at the beginning and then play 3 fucking cupcakes. And this is a Texas fan, diehard Texas fan. Now, I know it's not Sark's fault with the scheduling, but god damn, when are we going to stop scheduling fucking 3 cupcakes in a row? This is why we cannot get to the next level at Texas. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I'll get to Texas later on tonight because I'm gonna unload. We're 3-2, and I'm pissed off, and we're out of the top 25. We are, and deservingly so. We should have been dropping down further than what we were dropped down to, you know, and it's completely embarrassing to even talk about it, but here we are. You know, yeah, and Florida State, my God, I hyped you guys up after that Alabama game. Y'all turned into complete fucking doo-doo water. Y'all really did. I am super embarrassed to talk about Florida State right now, especially the way that game was coached, especially the way that game was played by Florida State. It was fucking pitiful. I picked Florida State to win, by the way, and they fucking embarrassed me. Iowa State embarrassed me. Washington embarrassed me. It's unbelievable how these teams just continue to be so shitty, you know, and people wonder why. I don't know, because we're scheduling fucking cupcakes. There has to be a rule of thumb that we got to play 3 Power 4. There's no Power 5 anymore. 4 Power 4 teams for non-conference. Since now the SEC is going 9-game conferences, which is good in my opinion. I love that. I don't know. I'm just so pissed off that I went 3-7 in my odds or in my predictions last week in my picks. I did say that Texas and Florida game was gonna be good, but holy fuck, that's our main event for the night anyway. I came in super pissed off, guys. So bear with me as I'm making my last pick here, which I'm sure we'll figure it out here in a minute. But oh my god, I've never been so fucking embarrassed in my entire life. And not only for my pick or my picks, 3-7 for college, and I believe I went 2-3 in the NFL. I don't fucking know. I don't care at this point. I don't fucking care. What I'm more upset about is Penn State losing to a fucking UCLA team that lost to New Mexico 31-10 and fired all their fucking coaches, Deshaun Foster and the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, and had an interim head coach, and UCLA whooped that ass in the first half. Penn State made too many goddamn mistakes. James Franklin will continue to just be mediocre. I'm sorry. I have to put him there now. James Franklin is now mediocre, according to TJ Riddell. And it's true. He can't win against Power Fours like UCLA, Ohio State, Michigan, fucking. I bet you he couldn't even beat Notre Dame or Texas right now. Penn State looked fucking horrific. And then you look on the NFL side, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens just continue to fucking piss me off further and further. That defense is about as soft as fucking Jello. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but this is the worst Baltimore defense I've ever seen in my entire life. It really is. This Baltimore defense has got to be the worst fucking defense I've ever seen Baltimore play in my entire life. And Kansas City, at least they're competitive, but holy shit, they look horrific. And it might be time to just pull the plug on their fucking Super Bowl chances. Baltimore got embarrassed by the fucking Texans, who is arguably having another disappointing season, but they got fucking destroyed 44-10. I don't know, man. NFL, college football has really gotten fucking really gross to me this past weekend. Like, and you know, you start to look at things like the Vegas over and unders and the Vegas spread. It kind of makes sense now. Like, actually looking at it now and just kind of just like, yep, they didn't go over 46.5. Yep, they didn't go over 55.5. Yep, they're not going to go over 66.5. I mean, good God, man, it was absolutely horrific. I will say this, Tampa Bay and Seattle, thank you for giving me a good game, at least. And at least Dallas is winning. You know, but do I have faith in Dallas? That's yet to be determined. But let's go ahead and talk about college football games, and we'll get to NFL. And then I got a couple of topics to talk about at the end of the show, or at the end of my picks. First game we're going to talk about, it's going to be tomorrow night between number 24 USF, University of South Florida. Very impressive start until they lost to Miami. That's their only loss. It's a credible loss. But they'll travel to Denton, Texas to take on the North Texas Mean Green, who are 5-0, which I love this fucking team, by the way. I love this matchup. this is gonna be a hell of a strategy game, in my opinion. I like this matchup right here. I think it's gonna be really close. I think it's gonna be just a little bit over the spread. They had UNT minus 1.5. I think it's gonna be under 60. Well, it might be over 66.5. Actually, come think about it, it's gonna be two high-powered offenses coming in. I'm gonna go with North Texas in this one. I genuinely think that North Texas is probably the best group of 5 looking into this season. They look fucking good out there, and pardon me, and I enjoy watching North Texas. They look good out there. So go ahead and give me the mean green in this game. Next game we're going to talk about number 1 Ohio State, who I said is still the best team in the country until beaten otherwise. They're traveling to Illinois to take on the Fighting Illini. Ohio State opens up as a 14.5 point favorite. Over and under is 49.5. Money line is plus 475 for Illinois. But I'm going to say this right now. This is the same Illinois team that got fucking embarrassed by Indiana, but at least it was in Bloomington. I think Illinois is going to play hard for their crowd. I think it's going to be very, very close, but I think it's going to be a defensive standstill type of game. I think Luke Altmaier will have a good game, but I think he throws his first pick against this Ohio State bunch. Give me the Buckeyes to win this game. I still think they're the best team until beaten. Next game, we're going to talk about the number 8 Alabama Crimson Tide. 4-1 Alabama Crimson Tide. A team that I put down earlier in the season, but they look fucking sharp in the last 4 games, And they beat Georgia this year again. So yeah. As they travel to Columbia, Missouri to take on the number 14 Missouri Tigers, who's undefeated. Very impressive team. I like Eli Drinkwitz as their head coach. They are very good, in my opinion. I think this is going to be a pretty decent game. I think it's going to go over 51.5. We're probably going to see like a 34-31 type of game, but I'm going to stick with the Crimson Tide in this one. I think they're red hot, and they don't look like they're going to let off the gas pedal just yet. So, next game we're going to talk about. The game that I grew up watching. I don't have a crazy intro for this week or whatever because I didn't have enough time to do this. And I do apologize. I haven't had enough time to do any graphics or none of that for this. But number 6 Oklahoma, 5-0 Oklahoma. Will they have John Mateer? Will they not? The rumors are saying that they might be able to play with John Mateer. And they take on my Texas Longhorns, who are 3-2 heading into this game. You never know with this game. You never know what's going to happen with Texas and OU. OU has been ranked before and lost to an unranked Texas, vice versa. Texas has lost to an unranked Oklahoma before. It's happened. There's been shootouts. There's been blowouts. There's been fucking dragging games. There's been shitty games. There's been great games. Probably top 10 worthy games of all time between these two programs. Brent Venables comes in 1-2 against Sark. Sark comes in 2-1 against Brent Venables. This is put up or shut up for Texas, in my opinion. And with such a inexperienced offensive line, they're going to have trouble against that front 7 from Oklahoma. Especially with the way they have their blitz packages and the way they did Jackson Arnold. It scares the fuck out of me as a Texas fan. But the over and under has... It's just going to fucking change throughout the fucking week. I'm not even going to talk about the over and unders and who's favored to win for this game because it's never really fulfilled unless it's like for sure, yeah, Texas or Oklahoma's going to win it. But I'm going to say this. I got my Horns winning it. Hook 'em Horns. If you think I'm ever going to pick against Texas, you're fucking delusional. You are absolutely delusional. I will never, ever pick against Texas. Unless it's super painfully obvious and there's no chance in hell, then maybe. But you'll never see me pick against Texas. But is my confidence at an all-time high for this team right now? Fuck no. Fuck no. Which I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Number 7, Indiana, 5-0. The Hoosiers trying to make a statement here in Eugene, Oregon, and Autzen Stadium to take on number 3, Oregon, who I think, in my opinion, besides Ohio State, we probably got the second best team in college football. The reason why I say second best is because nobody's beaten Ohio State yet. Oregon might beat that Ohio State team this year. And I'm just not going to waste y'all's time with this pick. I'm going with the Ducks. I really think that the Hoosiers right now, yeah, they're good, but they're not fucking ready for Oregon. I'm just going to say that right now. Like, they're not going to be as competitive as Ohio State against Oregon. I'm sorry. So, I'm going with Oregon in this game. I think they're actually going to win big in this one. Number 10, Georgia, 4-1, taking on Auburn, who's 3-2. They're both rivals. They both hate each other. I honestly think that this is going to be a close game, but I'm going to go with the Dogs on this one. I got UGA winning this game. Number 15, Michigan, 4-1, taking on the mighty USC Trojans, who are 4-1 this season. Their only loss is to Illinois, by the way. Just keep a track on that because I did have USC beating Illinois, and Illinois shocked the world by beating USC. But USC is favored. This is going to be a close game, but I'm sticking with the Trojans in this one over Michigan. I think that teams are going to have a lot of trouble with traveling to the West Coast in the Big Ten, especially teams that are more closer to the East Coast, like Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, than a team like Minnesota, Nebraska, fucking Iowa. I mean, the Midwest will do fine against teams in the East Coast. It's the teams that are in the fucking East Coast that make me wonder how good are they going to play in travel ball. The only team I'm really not concerned about is Ohio State, obviously, but I got the Trojans beating the Wolverines in this one. It'll be a good game, just like last year, though. But South Carolina, 3-2, traveling to Baton Rouge to take on the number 11 LSU Tigers. Now, the Tigers are 9.5-point favorites. Over and unders 44.5. And the Gamecocks are plus 280. Fucking money line. I'm going to be honest. I don't think South Carolina is that good this season. Despite what I said early on in the season, they did not look good out there. They really didn't this season. Give me the LSU Tigers winning this game. It's not going to be a whole lot. I think that they are going to cover the spread, though. But give me LSU to win. Number 18, BYU. 5-0, taking on the Arizona Wildcats, who are 4-1 this season. This one's going to be a hell of a matchup. I think it's going to go down the wire. but I still have BYU winning this game. I think BYU is primed and ready to be a Big 12 champion in this conference. They are well coached. They are really good playing football. And yeah, they play a lot of close games, but goddamn, they play really good football. And I love that quarterback that they have over there, number 47. That kid's pretty good. So, last game for college, Arizona State, number 21 in the country. Their only loss is to Mississippi State. They will be traveling to Utah to take on the Utes, who are 4-1. Their only loss is to the undefeated Texas Tech Red Raiders, which I'll get to those guys here in a little bit. Utah is 5.5 point favorites. The over and under is 48.5, and Arizona State's a 175 money line. I'm gonna be honest with this. This is gonna be a brawl, in my opinion. I think both teams are very physical. It's just a matter of who's going to be more physical in this game. Who's got the it factor in this game. I got to say, I'm going to go with the Utes on this one. I think that they're going to redeem themselves from losing to Texas Tech. I think overall they are just a better football team. I like Devin Dampier over there. I like Sam Levitt too, but man, I don't know. I'm not really convinced with that Arizona State defense. So give me the Utes. So those are my 10 picks for college football. Now we're going to go to my top 5 games of the NFL week. The game of the week for this week was we're gonna say that the game of the week this week was Texas and Oklahoma, obviously, but you know, it's Red River Rivalry week, so fuck off with that. Anyway, Cowboys 2-1 taking on the Panthers, who are 2-3, who have been inconsistent. I think both teams are very inconsistent. Dallas is a 3.5 point favorite. I'm going to pick the Cowboys on this one. I'm going to ride with my Cowboys here. Hopefully they don't disappoint me. My Grandpa Jim's Seattle Seahawks, rest in peace. 3-2, traveling to Jacksonville, Florida to take on the Jaguars at Everbank Field or Everbank Stadium, whatever the fuck they call it now. Seattle is a 1.5 point favorite. Seattle's kind of been stumpy as of late, but I gotta tell you, I like the Seahawks. I like the way they play. Give me the Seattle Seahawks in this game. Now this is our NFL game of the week. The San Francisco 49ers, they're 4-1, taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa, Florida, who are also 4-1. This is going to be a good game, in my opinion. Good God almighty. Baker Mayfield taking on, it won't be Brock Purdy in this game. So, it'll be Mac Jones. Who? It'll be a good game, in my opinion. I think both teams match each other really well. But I think that Tampa Bay ends up winning this game because they are the more resilient team, whereas San Francisco, they are riddled with potential, even though that I got Tampa Bay in this game. I don't know. I got Tampa Bay winning this game. Buffalo Bills travel to the Atlanta Falcons Monday night to take on Atlanta. Buffalo is a 4.5 point favorite in this game, and I'm sticking with the Buffalo Bills. They are one of my Super Bowl contenders, and I genuinely think this could be their year, that they finally break through, get into the Super Bowl, and possibly win it this year. And last game to talk about before I get into my main event topics. The Chicago Bears travel to Washington, D.C. to take on the Washington Redskins. I mean, Commanders. They're still the Redskins to me, so, yeah. Good God. Giants are whooping Philadelphia's ass right now. And Cam Scatterbo is just a fucking nasty motherfucker. I love it. So the Bears are 2-2, and the Commanders are 3-2. Last year, this came down to the wire, and some fucking punk ass defensive back just Scatterbo just fucking kills me. And Brian Daboll just fucking headbutted him. Wow. Okay, Tom Herman Jr. Anyway. Last year, it came down to a Hail Mary. Jaden Daniels threw a beautiful Hail Mary. And I forgot who it was. Some fucking shitbird just allowed one of the Commanders' receivers to catch a pass in the back of the end zone as he was talking shit to the fans. And Washington ended up winning that game. But I think that the Commanders are going to win pretty convincingly in this game. I don't have any hope for Chicago. Good win for, or I think it's going to be a good win for Washington. And that concludes my picks and predictions of the week. But let's go ahead and talk about this subject here. Not this one. This one. Texas Tech has changed their logo. Their iconic interlocking T to T has kind of put a modern classic look back into the logo. I'm a big logo guy. If you haven't noticed, I love logos. I love classic logos. But I gotta be honest. I grew up with the one on the left-hand side that is iconic, in my opinion. I value this logo. And then for them to change it to this logo, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This fucking logo change has to be the most blandest shit I've ever seen. There's no detail. I'm going to be honest. It looks like a high school football or a high school program that I know. A high school that I know very well. I've had cousins that graduated from this high school. I hate this high school. I never want to be around this high school. I never even want to be around the town. By the way, it's being engulfed by Temple, Texas. It's a little town called Troy, Texas. That's what Texas Tech's new logo looks like. All it's missing is the fucking shiny part with the Trojan on it. The old logo was fine. Why do we have to change these fucking iconic logos? This is about as bad as the Miami Dolphin logo change. If that wasn't bad enough, the fucking Rams logo change. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad enough. Okay. Let's see. How about the Pistons logo change? Oh, if that doesn't work, the Hornets logo change. The Jaguars logo change. That one's not bad. I just like the old logo better because it's iconic. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad logo. I'm just saying it's a bad change. You know, I expect this to be flip-flopped Like if Texas Tech had that new logo as their old logo, I would expect it to be a flip-flop change, and I would have been like, holy shit, this looks a lot better. No. This is about as bland as fucking urban white folks that don't know how to fucking cook, that don't know how to season their fucking chicken, and they boil their chicken in a fucking plastic sack and think it's the greatest fucking thing in the world. Now, I've heard people in Lubbock love this change and love the iconic double T's, going back to the iconic double T's and whatnot, and putting a modern edge to it. I can accept that, but this shit is bland. Gordon Ramsay would look at this and go, that has to be bland. It's bland. It looks like I'm tasting fucking sandpaper. That's how fucking bland it is, you know. It's ever since they did the uniform change to Adidas, I knew something was up. They went back to a traditional look. I didn't like the uniforms because it looked too traditional. I liked Texas Tech uniforms before. They looked different from everybody else. They didn't need to look like everybody else. They wanted to be their own entity. They wanted to be themselves. But here they are, wearing traditional stripes, traditional striped on the pants, you know. I knew that the change with the double T's was going to be inevitable, but I didn't think it was going to happen this fucking quick. This change is set to happen in 2026 during the football season, or right before the football season, I believe. So, rest in peace to the detailed double T with the black outline, and just made it look so fucking menacing. Made it look fucking serious. Now we're going to stick to the fucking high school fucking logo. I don't know what to say, folks. I'm not mad about it. I'm just disappointed. This is another case of Texas Tech's debauchery and just misutilization. The misutilization with Texas Tech and Mike Leach. Not paying Mike Leach after they wronged him, and still haven't paid his family, from what I've heard. And now this fucking bland ass white people shit. It's like driving up to a fucking Mexican restaurant in Corpus Christi and seeing a white person cook your fucking tacos or enchiladas. It makes this logo look so fucking bland. So that's all I got for that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's fucking bland. But let's talk about something else real quick that I'm going to put this program, a program that I love very much. What the fuck is going on with Texas? Seriously, what in the fuck is going on with my Longhorns right now? You know, we come in with this preseason hype that we're going to be the best roster in all of college football. I bought into the hype. I really did. Because I thought our defense was going to be super solid. I wasn't so sure about Arch. But I got to say, I was dead wrong about my national championship. I had Clemson and Texas, and both of them fucking sucked this year. What the fuck happened in Gainesville, first of all? Actually, let's rewind it back to Ohio State. The moment I saw that Ohio State was driving down our throats. And I'm talking about the Texas defense, first of all. I was nervous as fuck about this season. I really was. I knew that there was going to be a game like this. I didn't know which one, but I knew there was going to be a game where our defense was going to be caught lacking. Now, I understand that we didn't have Malik Muhammad, but goddamn, something has to happen. Next man up mentality. What the fuck happened to that? You know, and we looked like old people fucking out there. We did. Slow, lethargic, can't fucking, you know, I don't know. We looked fucking bad out there. USF went into Gainesville, beat Florida. There's no excuse to why Texas couldn't go into Florida and win that game. Now, I didn't think it was going to be a dominating game by Texas, but they still should have been able to win pretty convincingly, in a manner of speaking. And let's be honest. Can we stop putting fucking 5 stars on people's names and actually watch their fucking tape? Let's be real. Before I get to Arch, I'm going to talk about our offensive line, then our run game situation, which we have no fucking run game because we're so fixated on the pass and Sark's offense, apparently. We've lost touch with our run game since we don't have fucking Cedric Baxter in the backfield, and we didn't have and we didn't have Trey Wisner as in there very much. Our offensive line is very inexperienced. They looked fucking lost out there in some of those pass protection schemes. They weren't blocking the right guy. It was bad. And then the receivers get fucking bullied by the secondary from Florida. I thought Arch played a lot better in this game than week 1 and week 4. I think it was week 4 against UTEP when he threw 3 interceptions. But it's still not enough from Arch. I want to see more from Arch. I want to see him to break out of that fucking shell that he's in right now. Go out there and kick some fucking ass. Like, can we stop with the bullshit already and fucking get the job done? Like, what are we doing? We're supposed to be this fucking $20 million roster or more, and we're supposed to be these fucking guys that are blue bloods, and we get fucking shit on constantly. And now that we get all this hype during preseason, we're ranked fucking number 1 in that fucking AP poll. We lose to Ohio State in a bad way. They played just as bad, thank God. We play against fucking UTEP. Arch looked fucking horrific. Offensive line was getting beat off the punch. Receivers were just clueless out there. Defense had to bail us out one too many goddamn times. San Jose State. Arch still didn't show enough until he threw to Parker Livingstone, who was a key integral part of that offense this entire season. And then we get to Sam Houston State, where we look good, we look pretty out there, win 55-0. Only good game that we had, but Arch still questionable because we just beat Sam Houston State. Can he do well against Florida? Well, the answer to that was not quite. And I say not quite because I thought he did play better. I thought he improved his game. But my God, he was still missing open targets. He was still tunnel visioned with his throws. And he's still throwing like a goddamn shortstop. Stop throwing like a goddamn shortstop and throw like a fucking quarterback. Come on, Arch. You've been to fucking Manning Pass Academy. You've been to all these fucking camps. What the fuck are you doing out there, man? Play fucking Manning football and not fucking... I don't know what it is. Last year, he played great. He had better mechanics than this year. His mechanics have gotten a lot fucking worse. I cannot stress enough how bad they are. But our O-line needs to get better. Like, they have not improved, in my opinion. And Jesus Christ, I cannot fucking stress enough how bad they fucking played. Once you're down 22-7, there's no chance of coming back. And there was a chance we came back, and then all of a sudden our defense gave up a fucking big play. And DJ Lagway played his fucking best game against us. Kudos to Florida for picking this week to fucking bounce back. And to make us look fucking retarded. So, kudos to you guys. Kudos to Florida. Good win, but I'm done talking about Texas today. They're pissing me off. But that will do for the show. I am watching the... Jackson Dart's down. They don't look good. I'm watching the Giants and the Eagles right now. Giants are up 27-17. I might win some motherfucking money. But, looks like Dart is down. That's not good at all, guys. Yeah, he took a shot right there, but it may have been like a, yeah. One. He might have, he'll be alright, I think. I don't think it's that bad. I hope so, anyway. He's a fucking good quarterback. Oh, no. It's his leg. I think he's just cramping. And it looks like Russell Weirdo is going to fuck it all up for me. God damn it. Fucking parlays, dude. Go to Underdog. Win you some money. If you can. But I had the Giants winning tonight, and they're up by 10 right now. I did have Jackson Dart throwing over 177.5 yards. I had Cam Scatterbo run over 48.5, which he's at 51 right now. I had Saquon going over 87.5, but he needs 18 more yards. And then Jalen Hurts, I had him over 196.5, which he needs 19. So, and then on my other picks, I had a gimme pick from Jalen Hurts, and then the Cam Scatterbo thing for rushing yards. I need Devontae Smith to pick it up and then Saquon to pick it up for that side so I can win $167. The other one, though, I could win $1,000. So, yeah. But I appreciate you guys for watching. It's been fun. And I fucking ranted my ass off tonight. So thank you guys for watching. And tune in to next week. Next Thursday, we will have a show. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Tune in live to the Pigskin Mafia podcast at 6:30 p.m. Central Time Thursday night. We'll watch a game together and talk about it. So, we are the PMP. Good night, mwah, and good night, bang. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.